Mabuhay Lazami. My name is Veronica, host of this podcast, Everything's Political, broadcasting here on Radyo Kapwa on CKUT 90.3 FM. Once again, I am joined by
Mathilde.
And just reminding you all that Everything is Political is broadcasting every first Wednesday of the month here at Radyo Kapwa on CKUT 90.3 FM. And if you've been listening to us, I also would like to take this moment to celebrate our 100th episode. That was actually last broadcasting, so this is 101st broadcasting, who happens to be me. So I'm very honored to be the 101 episode for Radyo Kapwa here on CKUT 90.3 FM. Comments?
Congrats. Happy 100.
Okay. We're now actually entering our second half of 2024. So claps to you all who's been listening to us, we're halfway the end of the year. Can you imagine that? Like, we've just been talking about surviving winter, and now like we've survived heat waves already. The I believe is the most fun, beautiful season of Montreal is just about to start. Jazz Fest has started already, so a lot of our events here in Jodiague, Montreal are free. So be sure to take some time off or after your work and just enjoy the music at Place des Arts. For me, it holds a bit of a story for me, because that's where I first started working at Dairy Queen. Anyway, so for today's broadcasting, I would actually like to take a little bit more time to be more political and linking it back to my roots of my podcast, which is Everything's Political, because everything's connected. And I would like to actually shed light to the all eyes on the Philippines that's been going around social media. I would say Instagram, because that's where primarily where I am. But there's been a brewing bullying, or I would say like violent aggression actually of China against my homeland, the Philippines, particularly taking ownership and grabbing West Philippine Sea. So I was about to say land grabbing, but there's no land to grab. Actually, there is a land to grab, because they artificially created a land to grab. And I moved here in the year of 2007, and I already knew that this is going to cause a future like regional tension, and now it's becoming more and more an international tension, because international media outlets, the traditional ones like CNN, BBC, France 24, Al Jazeera, have been talking about it. Like, even our Quebecois neighbor is wondering, like, what's up with that? Even your mom has been asking about it. Like, they know about it. Like, so it's been written not only in English, not only in Tagalog, but it's been written in French now. And the implication of just the global political stability is really being threatened already of what's happening with Palestine. It's been, a lot of people have now been really reflecting on the idea of land grabbing and colonial settlers, and what that means to us and how that affects us as, mere individuals, right? When the war erupted, Russia against Ukraine, we've seen prices goes up for XYZ reason. I mean, the reason, but like I'm again simplifying this, and I would like to use this moment to really talk about my homeland. I mean, this is a Filipino podcast, and this is a Filipino radio show. Thanks again, CKUT 90.3 FM. But yes, the implication of Chinese aggression and insisting that it is their land to take when there's no land to take is I just wanted to say that this continued bullying, this continued aggression is really making the world uneasy. We're already uneasy of what Zionists are doing to Palestine, and how that would create I guess a ruffle effect is what you can say.
A butterfly effect?
A butterfly effect. And I'm putting on my political science like hat in here and just think how the aggression of China against the Philippines, where a lot of Western allies are now standing behind the Philippines, and now they're doing like joint training.
Well, one thing you forgot to mention is that the Philippines holds many American military bases. And so China basically doing military aggression towards the Philippines is actually using the Philippines as a proxy to attack the United States.
Yes.
And we've seen that all throughout the Cold War between the USSR and the US, looking at how Cuba was caught in the crosshairs, how
Oh, my
Finland
cousins.
was caught in the crosshairs. And the Philippines and Taiwan will most likely be the proxies for a China against US war. I'm guessing South Africa will also be. So, yeah, stay tuned for the end of the world.
It just keeps on making me think of being stuck in between and sandwiched between again the West versus the East fight, the capitalist versus the communist fight, and we're here just trying to survive, leaving the remnants of violent colonial occupation of multiple imperialist nations like, well, let's start with Spain, but also USA, and they're going to use our lands, our people, our resources as the collateral for their war machines. Who gets the biggest in between their legs, like they're flexing their muscle at the expense of actual people's life, and at this case this is my people's life. And what happens is that already my mom, when I had a conversation with her, she just feel very hopeless at the current state of the Philippines, the country she loves the most, the country she would want to return back because of its land, because of its nature, but because of the governance of the islands, she doesn't see any sort of future coming back to it. And she thinks that way. I know a lot of people from the Philippines are thinking that way. Where do we go? So we ended up leaving the country we were born because of this type of instability, this constant threat of war erupting on our shore because of two nations who keeps on using our islands as a potential battleground because they don't want that happening in their own land.
As a pawn, basically. Looking at how technologically advanced militaries like the US and China are, they won't be sending troops to the Philippines. They will not sacrifice human resources of their own. The people who will lose their lives, the people who would have their lives altered forever, will be the Filipino people.
Yep. I mean, they don't mind sending troops to fight for the Zionists, for Israel, but they wouldn't do that for us brown-skinned people, because they're the Uncle Sam, they're helping us, the baby brown butter, right? But they wouldn't spend that much time. Like, the only reason that they want more bases and barracks and navals in the Philippines shore was so that they can solidify that Indo-Pacific shield that they have, so that before you arrive to the west part of the states, they already have bases before you even cross the ocean. And that's why they have forged military relationship with Japan. That's why they have forged military relationship with Taiwan. And Taiwan and the Philippines will be the trigger point. I highly believe that is going to be the trigger point. It's already been testing the trigger point in the Middle East with Israel and Palestine. And and we can clearly see where they stand, right? And so it's happening in our shore already. And I want people to really pay attention. Google West Philippine Sea, because they don't even call it West Philippine Sea. They keep on calling it South China Sea. If you check in the Google map, just Google it. How is it that a nation kilometers away, hundreds of kilometers away from the nearest shore of the Chinese territory are too far? How are you taking ownership based on a map that's been several hundred years ago? You say that there's a map that says, according to our map, this is our island. All the way there, and those maps are for sure not accurate anyway. And they keep on insisting that it is their land. It's not a land; it's an ocean, for them to start doing more economic activities. So once again, we're thinking about the fact that why is China very interested to set up a naval base. I mean, they already did set up a naval base that actually also destroyed a lot of the coral reefs. One of the greatest coral reef barriers in the world is in the Philippines, and in that particular West Philippine Sea, that has been destroyed. Those are irreparable damages that has been destroyed, and that will have significant effect in the nature and the way that fisher folk in the Philippines are sustaining their lives. And the reason why they want to take over that was because China doesn't have access to ocean. Because, I mean, they do, right? But they don't have a lot of control because Taiwan is there and Taiwan is allied to the States. Japan is there, but Japan is allied to the States. And then so they move faster down the south, which now comes to where the Philippines is. And that route where the West Philippine Sea is the third largest shipping route of the world. So if China has control over this, it will have a disruption on the shipping trade. And that means global trade. And so this is going to affect everyone more. And so once again, West Philippine Sea, Google it, all eyes on the Philippines, because yeah, I just can't help but think that I knew this when I was younger. 2007 is I left. It was just a mere islands. We call it the Spratly Islands. No one can live in those islands because it cannot sustain life. When I say island, it's like, think of like little tiny islands where
It's a piece of rock.
Yes, it's a piece of rock. You can't survive in there. They artificially made a land out of it so that now they can also start doing they can make money out of it, right? The economic zone, the EEZ. And because of what's happening in the Philippines, there's more and more Filipinos leaving the country and trying to look for a life abroad. And me, who's been trying to enrich myself and coming back to my roots, it really breaks my heart to see that, as what my mom say it, binababoy na ang Pilipinas. They're butchering my homeland. And the current president, there was already videos of actual violent aggression of Chinese Coast Guard, literally like injuring our armed forces, showing the itak, like an axe, like very aggressively, be like, I will chop you. There are...
Which again, who are these people? Do they represent their state? Like, these are just regular people who have family back home and they're basically cannon fodder for their state. Your state is not worth dying for, I'm sorry.
And they have no choice but to follow orders as well, right? Because if not, their families will be dealt with.
Which again, like all these big powers that are trying to show off to each other, who loses in the end? People. We've seen it during the First World War. We've seen it in the Second World War. It's the youth of the nation that goes through the grinder, who comes back traumatized, who comes back forever disabled. You're losing so much of your human resources to stupid wars.
That is not our war, mind you. This is definitely not our war, but because of our...
They will make it your war.
They will make it, and then everyone who's listening to us right now, they will make it your business to know what's happening in the Philippines. And so I'm already taking a lot of time to talk about this because it's been going around. It's been going around. It's been written in different languages already, and one way or another, it will become a trigger point.
Let's talk about one of the consequences of Chinese aggression in the West Philippine Sea, which is growing xenophobia in the Philippines. All these people who perhaps have been there for generations are now feeling the brunt of people's ire towards the Chinese. And the thing is, there are Chinese, there are Taiwanese, there are Hong Kong
Hokkien.
People do not make that differentiation.
No.
And will just physically attack and isolate these people who have nothing to do with all of this.
Yeah, it definitely created, it definitely planted a sense of doubt of and uneasiness to
Any
everyone.
person who seems Chinese, who has a Chinese name.
Yes. Everyone who's Singkit, which is, how do you even differentiate that? Because even some indigenous communities in the Philippines are Singkit. Singkit means monolid. So
Could be Japanese.
Yeah.
It could be Nepalese. It could be so many things.
And one thing about the Philippines is that Philippines is an island nation in Southeast Asia. So way before colonizers arrived, we've already had a lot of forged relationship with other trading communities from other islands. That also means traders from China, and traders all the way from the Middle East. And that is, you know that because of the way that we speak. We know that because we borrowed their own words. We borrowed Arabic words. We borrowed some Chinese words. We borrowed a lot of
So much Malay.
so much Malay. Oh, yes, Tagalog is one of the most dominant language in the Philippines and is dominated by Malay words. But that just goes to show the history of our relationship, our past relationships with a lot of communities, neighboring communities before violent colonial occupation of Spain. And so this will unveil the xenophobia that's been also slowly brewing in the Philippines. And actually it erupted already because of Alice Go, that mayor from Bamban. So a mayor from a bit like a rural area in the Philippines, just next to Metro Manila, so next to the metropolitan, who have had a lot of Senate meetings and like talking in front of senators.
Basically being grilled about her allegiance to China and about her childhood, which she seems to have entirely fabricated. And it is very suspicious. And we can see that this will definitely trickle down to regular people sort of accusing their classmates and their coworkers
Of
of
being a
having,
spy.
Yes.
Or being planted, or like sleeper spies. The stuff that you know from the movie of like being like a Russian spy. Yes, very
Which
Hollywood.
again, the parallels with the Cold War are so obvious.
Yes, and I mean in Alice Go situation, it has already been established that she took someone's name. That's already been established by the Senate. So this is not just an alleged. Like it has been established that this specific person who
Usurped someone's identity.
who happens to be a government official. She is a mayor in a city in the Philippines who have access to confidential government documents. And if it's established that she is indeed a spy for the Chinese government, then that tells you all about foreign intervention, and that for me is grounds for expulsion of this specific individual. How are you like over 40 years old and your birth certificate has been only been issued when you're like 30 years after, and you cannot speak the native language where you were supposedly born?
This it reminds me, for example, of the doubt that was sowed in the US against Japanese people and what happened, right? They put them in encampments. They put Italians in encampments as well. This is what happens when you have enough reasons to doubt your own citizens.
Yeah. And it's very scary because we've had several generations of Chinoy, so Chinese Filipinos, who've been very much accomplished and anchor in our economy and economic development. This has been they speak Tagalog, or they speak Bisaya, or they speak Bicol. Like, these people has been established for so long, of generation, like arrière grandparents, you know. Yes, they can still connect their roots all the way to like a specific region in China, but they've been like Filipinos this whole time.
They can be have more of a cultural incline towards China because, let's say, like they're not Christian, perhaps.
Yes.
But they're still very much Filipinos.
They celebrate all Filipino stuff, but they also celebrate, like, let's say, Lunar New Year. But I celebrate Lunar New Year, and I'm Filipino, you know. And again, it's
Philippines.
we're very
specifically
diverse
Manila has the oldest Chinatown
in the world. So
That
so
should tell you about the relationship between the two countries that used to be very much market centric and exchange focused, right?
of culture, of heritage,
Rather than military aggression. What has it come to?
And so, talking about xenophobia, I know personally that my mom has spoken of the fact that there's duda, there's doubt, that now every time she sees remotely Asian, maybe Chinese, she feels a little bit of an anger, and that needs to be addressed, because when you start keeping in that anger, that can manifest in all sorts of way. And the Philippines right now, and Filipinos right now, because of the constant aggression and violence towards our own, like, armed forces, this is dangerous.
This is the divide and conquer of colonial powers. This is what they want. They want you guys to murder each other.
Yep. So they successfully infiltrated our local governments in a rural area.
Who knows if they haven't gone higher already?
Exactly. And we have politicians whose names are Chinese, but they've been Filipino. I know Gatchalian, who is a senator. He started as a counselor when I was still in the Philippines in 2007. People know him, and this guy speaks fluent Tagalog, okay? He has an accent, but like, everyone knows him. Everyone knew him growing up. Like, you can kind of vouch for his identity as Filipino. But if that's not vouched for, you're done for. You will be accused of being a spy. And it sounds like we're talking about a synopsis or a plot in the movie, but this is happening right now. And the more that we don't address it, the more that there's going to be division among our community. All the while that we are being distracted, they keep on extracting our resources. So we go back to like brain drain. All Filipinos do not have capacity to just digest all of this. We haven't even had time to address our inherited generational trauma from violent occupations of colonizers, US and Spain, to name the big few. Also Japan. And so again, who will be left for my beloved homeland? No one, because everyone wants to live, but leave. Sorry, but when we go to North America and we're faced with more challenges, we have no choice but to go vacation to the homeland that made us feel the most comfortable. But where do we go now because of all of this aggression? And I think I would leave this to reflect on for those who still listening, for those who hasn't lost us. Few pointers that I just wanted to address is that we have been in a Cold War at this point. There's already some trigger points that might trigger a bigger war, an all-out war. I know it sounds like I'm scaring everyone.
Okay, so give people something that they can accomplish instead of feeling scared all the time.
What y'all accomplish is that June is past. Filipino Heritage Month has been done. So we might not be trending anymore, but I encourage you all to still support your local Filipino artist, Filipino grocery chain, Filipino restaurants, and don't play into the game of like, it's June, so let's support your Filipino friends, family, etc.
Do it the whole year. Come on.
Like, I don't have a choice but to be Filipino as I was born, and I cannot just take out my Filipino-ness because June is done. So that's it, folks. And also, Google West Philippine Sea. Please, please, please. We are an island nation. We're a small
Stop
nation.
sharing that AI post.
And stop sharing. Just share the actual articles. Si tu veux, il y a aussi des articles en français. Like it's been being reported.
Share all the beautiful landscapes of the Philippines. You don't need an AI picture.
No, you don't. Or share those arts by Filipino artists who's been talking about West Philippine Sea. So that's it, everyone. Thanks for listening to me and Mathilde. There's a lot of web of connecting it back and forth, but that's just how our conversation goes between me and Mathilde. So I hope that you're able to follow. And if not, I will try to post more about the West Philippine Sea in my podcast Instagram at Lahat, Konektado Podcast. That's all. Mabuhay.
Mabuhay.
Oh, unstable heart, it's time now to sleep. The moon will be watching over your dreams. Oh, unstable heart, it's time now to rest. Let today's worries come to an end. Oh, unstable heart, you'll be okay. Someone will catch you if you fall today. Oh, unstable heart, you'll be okay. Someone will catch you if you fall today. Oh, unstable heart, it's what you need. Relax your mind and find clarity. Oh, unstable heart, look for your peace to let you hold on even without me. Oh, unstable heart, you'll be okay. Maybe I'll catch you if you fall today. Oh, unstable heart, you'll be okay. Maybe you'll catch you if you fall today. Oh, unstable unstable heart. You'll be okay. Maybe I'll catch you if you fall today. Oh, unstable heart, you'll be okay. Maybe you'll catch you if you fall today. Maybe you'll catch you if you fall today.
All right, peace, love, and happiness to all our listeners tuning in right now. This is Feni Crystal representing Radio Kapwa on 90.3 FM CKUT, where we broadcast the latest news, music, and interviews from the Philippine ex-diaspora. We just had the long weekend, and I hope everyone got a taste of that beautiful sunshine as we continue on with the Continue On for the summer. Right now, we've reached the point in our show where we talk about Anong Balita or What's the News with the Homeland. Normally, the home slice John Marvin Reyes would be here, but he's dealing with a sore throat right now, so one, let's wish him a quick recovery and good health, and two, I'm going to fill in for him to tell y'all about what's happening. And what's happening is that the Philippine court clears Duterte critic Leila de Lima of drugs charges. A Philippine court has dropped the last of 3 cases against former Senator Leila de Lima, a longtime critic of former President Rodrigo Duterte and his war on drugs. De Lima faced various charges in 2017 within months of launching a Senate inquiry into Duterte's bloody anti-drugs campaign, in which thousands of users and dealers were killed by police or in mysterious circumstances. Critics and rights groups said the police summarily executed drug suspects, which the police deny, saying they acted in self-defense. Duterte, whose term ended in 2022, accused De Lima of colluding with drug gangs while she was justice minister. Quote, I am now completely free and vindicated. It's very liberating, end quote, an emotional De Lima told the reporters as she emerged from the Southern Manila courtroom on Monday, where the case against her was dismissed due to insufficient evidence. Quote, my heart is full with all the love pouring in today after the dismissal of all my cases, end quote, she wrote in a post on X, formerly known as Twitter. De Lima was arrested in 2017 while a sitting senator and spent more than 6 years in jail while on trial for 3 drug trafficking charges. She was freed on bail in November last year, having earlier been cleared of the 2 other drug charges. The final drug case that was overturned on Monday concerned the 2010 to 2015 period when she was justice minister, with allegations that she took money from inmates inside the country's largest prison to allow them to sell drugs. De Lima maintained that the charges, which carried a maximum penalty of life in prison, were fabricated in an effort to support the narcotics crackdown. Multiple witnesses, including prison gang bosses, died or recanted their testimonies during the lengthy trials. The court on Monday also dismissed another charge alleging De Lima pressured a former employee to ignore a 2016 summons issued by the House of Representatives for a hearing in relation to the trade of illegal drugs in Philippine prisons. That case, the only other criminal proceeding against her, had carried a penalty of anywhere between a fine and 6 months of prison. Amnesty International welcomed the dismissal of the bogus charges against De Lima in a statement saying it was overdue after nearly 7 years of arbitrary detention, as well as relentless political persecution. Duterte is facing a probe by the International Criminal Court over their anti-drugs campaign. De Lima said on Monday that she will continue to help the court with its probe. And this article was written and published on June 24, 2024 on the Al Jazeera website. And that's our little status update on what's happening back home. We're going to get into a little musical break, so raise the volume on whatever device you're listening with and vibe out for a few. And we'll be back with some community announcements. One love, y'all.
the one you come home to, the one you need when you're down, the one to pick you up. You're a strong girl, don't need no man. That's what I like about you. That's what I like about you. Everyone needs a companion. Maybe not romantically, but maybe as a friend. But that friendship blossoms into more. You got me shaking to the core. 'Cause I wanna be the one you come home to. 'Cause I wanna be the one to pick you up. 'Cause I wanna be the one you come home to. 'Cause I wanna be the one to pick you up. Everyone needs a companion. Maybe not in bed at night. On my shoulder you can cry. But that love will change. It'll be the one to make you feel. Finding the one to survive within this world. 'Cause I wanna be the one you come home to. 'Cause I wanna be the one to pick you up. 'Cause I wanna be the one you come home to. 'Cause I wanna be the one to pick you up. 'Cause I wanna be the one you come home to, the one you need when you're down, the one to pick you up. Lumiwanag ang mundo na ika'y nasilayan. Ako'y taluyang napuno ng ligaya. Puso ko'y huminto na ikaw ay lumapit. Parang pelikulang slow motion, di lamang gagawin. Ikaw lamang ang gusto kong makapiling. Habang panahon, ikaw ang may hawak sa akin. Araw at gabi, oh kay sarap talaga ang magmahal. Pag alam mong mahal ka rin yan. Araw at gabi, ikaw ang ninanais ng puso ko ngayon lang nagising. Mababalik ko pa kaya ang kahapon nung tayo'y mga bata, walang
sabik na ako sa mga di mo sinasabi. Araw at gabi. Oh, kay sakit, masakit talaga magmahal pag alam mong mahal ay naglaho na. Araw at gabi, ikaw ang ninanais ng puso ko ngayon lang nagising. Dumilim ang mundo na ika'y lumayo. Ako'y tuluyang napuno ng lungkot. Puso ko'y huminto na ika'y bumitiw. Parang pelikulang slow motion, di lamang gagawin. Araw at gabi.
Aking iiwan ang pagkabata, aking hangarin ay hahanapin, ating ihain at pagsaluhan. Pagkaing binili nang dahil sa akin, uusbong ang realidad sa pagdungaw ng legalidad. Mapapansin kwentong kaibigan, kwentong pamilya, ihip ng pangarap sa apoy ng kandila. Akin ang uso, akin ang alak, di tatago ang binabala. Usbong ng realidad sa pagdungaw ng legalidad. Mapapansin Sa pagdungaw ng ligalidad, habang ako'y lumilipad, mapapansin.
Ratid na ng kalangitan, sumulpot na naman ang maliwanag na buwan. Maaari kaya tayong hilahin, papalapit ng puwersang ito sa isa't isa, at makita ng hindi inaasahan. Sana, bakit hindi, diba? Tila naglalaro tayo ng tagu-taguan, o di kaya'y parang sumisid sa kailalim ng karagatan ng tao. Lumubog at tumahon, lumilingon-lingon. Nasaan walang kaalam-alam na ako pala'y at nang matagpuan, ako'y iyong hinakan, tulad ng paghalik ng dilim ng gabi sa maliwanag na buwan. Kalagip pa ang mga tala na sumisimbolo sa nag-aalab na nadarama. Ayoko nang kumawala. Sana, bakit hindi, diba? Tila naglalaro tayo ng tagu-taguan, o di kaya'y parang sumisid sa kailalim ng karagatan ng tao. Lumubog at tumahon, lumilingon-lingon. Nasaan walang kaalam-alam na ako pala'y di ko inakala, di makapaniwala na para bang ito'y isang panaginip lang. Pasalamat kay Bathala, landas natin pinagtama, makataupang palad. Sintahi kay aking inahangad, hindi ko inakala, hindi makapaniwala na para bang ito'y isang panaginip lang. Pasalamat kay Bathala, landas natin pinagtama, makataupang palad. Sintahi kay aking inahangad. Tila naglalaro tayo ng tagu-taguan, di ay parang sumisid sa kailalim ng karagatan ng tao. Lumubog at tumahol, lumilingon. Nasa simulang kalam-alam na ako pala'y iyong natagpuan. Ako pala'y natagpuan.
What up, what up? Salut à tous. En retour à Radio Kapwa sur 90.3 FM. Nous sommes le mercredi 3 juillet et c'est moi, Fanny Cristo, et je suis ici avec les annonces de la communauté. So yeah, like I usually say, grab something to write with or open your scheduling app and let's get ready to mark your calendars. First off, this Saturday at July 6th from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. at Marché des Possibles, join another edition of Sweet Like Honey for a free block party where DJs Glowzy, Pipochi, and Hello Honey Bun will be providing you music amongst vendors such as Tooth Gems Poppy and food from Auntie D's Kitchen. If you don't want to miss out on this party, check out their Instagram page at Sweet Like Honey MTL. And then the next event is happening at the same time, Saturday, July 6th, but from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. So, you know, you might be able to catch both things. But yeah, this event will be at Park Montreal in Beaver Lake. Sun Healing Goddess and Ugnayan.dr are hosting Kagalingan, a networking event for Philippine health and wellness practitioners, readers, herbalists, ritualists, and if you consider yourself to carry the duty of caring for community care. DM them to register even if you're just passing by. Plus ones are very welcome. They look forward to having you and getting to know you all. The next day, Sunday, July 7, from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. at La Plaza Piéton on Saint Hubert Street, the home slice, Ugnayan.dr again, but this time with Art of Shoe, will be at the Artist Day party for some chill vibes presented by Boutique Space Urbain. To see the program, visit their Instagram pages at Ugnayan.dr and Boutique Space Urbain. Fast forward a few days on the Tuesday, July 9, from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. at Jean Mons Park. The details exactly where will be emailed. Join Vent Over Tea for the Power and Alignment workshop, where you'll discover the transformative power of proper biomechanics and human posture. This workshop begins with an introduction to the fundamental principles of biomechanics and the critical role standing plays in maintaining optimal posture. You'll also explore the neurological and physiological advantages of maintaining proper posture, learning how it can enhance your overall well-being. Finally, you'll learn and apply techniques that you can integrate into your daily routine. To register for this free event, check out their Instagram pages at Vent Over Tea and Focus Fatty for more details. Now, for some events that are more far forward in the far future, Friday, July 12th from 8:30 p.m. at Cafe Cleopatra, come see our home slice and fellow Kapwa, Joyrider MTL and their partner Cosmic Skater on stage for some striptease, sapphics, and skates all rolled into one for their Heels and Wheels Cabaret Volume 2, a night of burlesque, drag, roller skating, circus, and more. Alongside their cast of amazing performers, Kat Zaddy, Prude No More, and Slow Loris, it will be hosted by the one and only Becca Redden. For more info on how to get tickets, you can visit their Instagram pages at Cosmic Joy, Joyrider MTL, or Cosmic Skater. And then July 21, so this is a multiple date event. July 21, July 22, 28, August 7, and August 31 at Bassin Olympique Parc Jean Drapeau. Dive into summer with free rowing lessons with P10 Montreal and Montreal Rowing Club in partnership with Rowing Canada for an unforgettable experience this summer 2024. It's perfect for the 2S LGBTQIA plus community aged 14 to 25. Check out their Instagram pages at P10 Montreal to sign up and for more information. And then Saturday, July 27, calling all Philippine X Zinesters. This is for us, the Santa Kapwa people. CKUT Zine Fair, July 27, is a gathering of Philippine X Zinesters, makers, and artists to share their works and discover others who share the same passion for small-scale self-publishing. The fair is organized by Santa Kapwa's Ka Collective to celebrate the one-year anniversary of Kaartahan, their monthly Philippine X artist drop-in. It's free of charge for all participants. You can sign up and find the link for the sign up on Santa Kapwa's Instagram page. Next up, Sunday, July 28, the homie Big Norm Alconcel is coming to Montreal with summer laughs, slang and jokes, and singing notes. To get your ticket, check out their Instagram page at Big Norm Alconcel. Sunday, the same day, July 28, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at Cafe Kuya, June Unified, which is unified underscore MTL, and Cafe Kuya, cafe.kuya on Instagram for Cars and Kuya meet, welcoming all car and motorcycle makes and models. For more info, visit their Instagram pages at unified underscore MTL and cafe.kuya. Now we're going to be getting into August now with August 1 at Esplanade Tranquille for the 2024 edition of Fierté Montreal. Sticky Rice Magazine is proud to present In Between Us, Martial Arts Tribute, a series of performances on the Lado Quebec underscore officiel stage that honors the rich cultural heritage of diverse martial arts. Catch the home slice again, Joyrider MTL, for her performance. This dynamic show stages moments of both tension and unity amongst partners, an unfolding story reminiscent of the respect, mutual empowerment, and of quiet confidence embodied in the art of combat. Launched in 2020, Sticky Rice Magazine explores the Asian-Canadian diasporic experience, nurturing creative expression and fostering intercultural understanding. Whew, yeah, like I said, I warned y'all that we got a lot of events for this episode. But yo, hopefully y'all heard something that you like and you marked it on your calendars. Myself, you know what? I won't lie, I've been having posture problems lately. I've been having a lot of back pain, so I might hit up that Event Over Tea event just to find out what I can do to improve my posture. Anyway, if you've been listening to the show for a while, you know that when you're hearing this community announcements, when you hear me talk about like what's going on in the city, you also know that that signals the end of the show. Yeah, we're approaching the end of our broadcast, so unfortunately we do have to say goodbye, but it's not goodbye forever. We'll be back next week, next Wednesday. Every Wednesday we're here, so catch us 2 to 3 p.m. on 90.3 FM CKUT. That's Radio Kapwa. Once again, this is Fenny Cristo signing out. One love, peace, and I hope y'all have a beautiful week.